Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to coverage of the NASRA 360 Racing Network. The next round before the run to the playoffs for the Sim Racer Hub NASRA Truck Series in Season 2. And tonight we're at the virtual Indianapolis Raceway Park of Indianapolis. Good evening. I am Wesley Outland. William Tiller is on vacation this week. And I've got my buddy Michael McKinnon joining me up in the booth. He was part of our trio last Monday night. And Michael, we're ready to go at IRP. Short track racing at its finest. I think we're going to see a wild race tonight for these trucks.
Oh, absolutely, Wesley. This will be wild and crazy. This place is slick. It's bumpy. It's hard to get around on the bottom. You're going to see slide jobs. We're going to do the Dale Jr. yell at everybody because that's the way you're going to have to get around, folks, here at this race.
Yeah, it's going to be very exciting to watch. Just right now, qualifying results have officially concluded, and it looks like Blake Lothian from Wellesley, Mass. will be the fast man, 22.432 seconds over Tyler Dittmer. Justin White, Tyler Daniels make up row number 2. Row 3 will find South Carolina's Adam Newton, Louisiana's Brady LaBeouf, row 3. Hunter Parsons and Derek Kilgore. Derek Kilgore will start in the number 7th and 8th position, as right now you see the lineup of the grid. And of course, Michael McKinnon, Jacob Klinkhart, and Adam Cantwell are your top 10 here at IRP.
Yeah, Wesley, and starting 11th, we've got Raul Meza there. His teammate right behind him, Zach Hartwig, starting 12th. Steve Barnett in the 42, starting 13th. Sean Hamilton starting 14th. One of the favorites, I would say, Robbie Richards. Not a great qualifying effort, but a great racer during the race. He's going to start 15th. Christopher Blanchard, 16th. Joey Stiers is going to come in 17th. Then the 51 trucker, Brian Chew, he'll be 18th, followed by Ed Osborne in 19th and Joey Doucette in 20th.
Row 11 will find Jose Luis Rivera in the 21st spot, followed by Kerry Tribune in the 722nd. Jeffrey Johnson Jr. will fire off in 23rd. Lance Miller will be in the 24th position. That's row number 12. Rest of the lineup, including of your top 30, Brandon Bullock in the 25th spot, Chris Kynes 26th. Ron Hunter and Brandon Broadfoot will make up row 14, and your top 30 includes, of course, the race director, TJ Moore. So 28 trucks will be ready to go. Of course, everybody with NASRA includes Brady LaBeouf and Cody Knott. We got Stephen McMillian from the World of Thunder Esports League and Ultimate Dirt TV. Handling our production tonight is Adam Flieger is off as well as William Tiller, and we'll get ready to go here for this race at Indianapolis Raceway Park. So the stage is set, as we mentioned, for these drivers to go, and obviously, as we mentioned, the ambiance, if you will, for this race tonight, tonight's events again at IRP, and you got to think also the run to the playoffs quickly approaching. After Lucas Oil Speedway, we go to Canadian Tire and then Daytona. And if you're a driver on the outside looking in points wise, you want to win a race, no doubt, Michael, to put yourself in the playoffs if you're on the outside looking in.
Yeah, I mean, that's it, right? And we saw Zach Hartwig do that last week. He bumped the 20th place guy out, took the win from 24th position in points, locked himself in. So every one of these guys is going to be hungry, and hopefully they're not too hungry on the start here, because this place is wicked loose on the bottom. So let's wait and see how the start goes here. I think Lothian will handle it pretty well. Him, Dittmer, those guys, they know how to do it. Hopefully we can get to a good start and get you guys some great racing action.
Lucas Oil Raceway at Indianapolis. Tonight's race is the 213simware.com 170 laps of distance. The stage 1 will go to lap number 50, stage 2 to lap 105, and then it'll be a 65 lap run to the checkered flag. 3 sets of tires, including the set that's on the trucks now. Capacity fuel is 100%, no fast repairs, no incident point penalty, 35 incident points for disqualification, and there is 3 attempts at overtime if need be in a green-white checker. Late afternoon into the night, as the field will make at least one more lap before we get ready to drop the green flag. The formation lap underway. Lights are off on the pace truck, and I'm thinking Michael McKinnon, as we go on board with the pole truck of Wellesley, Mass, Blake Lothian, he will be the man ready to bring us to the green, and I think we're coming to that start this time by.
Yeah, it looks like the lights are out, and we're going to get this thing underway. Folks, if you notice the new graphics here, these are different graphics than you're used to seeing. Numbers a little messed up. We'll take care of that for you. You got your favorite drivers. We've done this a long time. You'll be able to keep pace right here. I actually like the pillars. We can see the battles as we're getting ready to take this thing green.
And we also have our own announcer roster notes as well. As again, it's going to be a couple of Toyotas on the front row with Lothian and Dittmer ready to come to the firebox. Green flag goes in the air. We're ready to go for 170 laps around Lucas Oil Raceway, and we're underway. Green flag goes in the air, and they work their way off the back straightaway. Give it to Blake Lothian, pulling away from Tyler Dittmer. It's going to be Justin White in tow. Battle for fourth between Daniels and Newton as we get ready to complete lap number 1.
Yeah, kind of a tame start so far. I kind of like to see this. They'll give and take right off the bat. Blake able to get out in front. Of course, the high line is the line here, folks. It's who can run it the best. If you can run it all night, you're going to have real good success. So we'll see how this kind of shapes out as we go. We see the 15 truck. He's stuck down here on the bottom. Finally going to make his way up in front of Cameron.
Yeah, well, watching all this going on now as we watch Kilgore going at it there with that 15 machine as they work across the line. And we got a caution flag. Yellow flag will fly for the first time this afternoon. We got Brady LaBeouf down at the bottom of the inside of the racetrack. Here is a look at the replay coming up here of what happened. Because it looks like you got the 29 to his inside. Chris Kynes, looks like Cody Knott up in front. Broadfoot on the outside. Joey Stiers actually was the first truck that got on the bonsai move and spun to the bottom. And then off of the 29 is the 24 of Brady LaBeouf spinning right in the middle of the pack. Everybody misses him, and we go under yellow flag for the first time here at IRP.
Yeah, that was kind of surprising. Looked like Brady just kind of, we saw Joey Stiers also got loose and almost collected the inside wall, but Brady just a little hot, entering the corner, a little door slam. And as I said, folks, this bottom of this track is wicked loose. They don't run it that much. You got the marbles, the dirt, the flatness. It's very, very tough, and that's a rough break for Brady to start the race from a good qualifying position.
Yeah, caution coming out here in the early going in this race. Of course, we're on lap number 4 of 165, 170 miles is the distance. I think it's been changed. Maybe I know it says 170 was the distance of the race, but maybe they decided to cut back another 5 laps to the finish. But right now, still a long way to go here in this one. And obviously quickly out in front, Blake Lothian, that truck number 43, looking really good, Michael, here in the early going. Tyler Dittmer right behind him, the white driver. Justin White sitting there in third. And again, everybody pretty tame for the first couple of laps. So that accident happened in the back of the pack.
Yeah, just like I said, just going to have to get things sorted out here. Passing's going to be tough. Lothian, I expect him to be good here. He actually ran this race in the trucks with Riom Motorsports last year in the 43, and he broke a rear axle. So didn't have the night he wanted in the real life, but hopefully he can continue and get what he needs here tonight.
So Lothian still the man up in front. Of course, you see the little ticker up on the top there, showing the lineup. And again, still a long way. We're in stage number 1. Stage 1 will go all the way to lap number 50 here tonight in the 213simware.com 165. I guess it was changed from 150 laps to, or 170 laps to 165 laps. But again, this is a pretty unique racetrack, as we're still going to stay at least another lap under caution to make sure that we get the correct lineup in order before we turn them back loose again. Obviously, Blake Lothian, the man up in front on board there with Blanchard and Chris Blanchard's machine. Ed Osborne, correction, the truck 28. That's one of the Blanchard's towing and recovery entries. Ed Osborne. And again, I know the numbers are saying 31, but he's in truck number 28. We have a, like Michael said, a pretty good idea of knowing who these drivers are. That's the 48, obviously, of Robert Richards. The Trump Winery entry in the back. He's in 16th, and we'll get ready to try to get everybody 2 by 2 here, as right now still in stage 1, 7 laps. Coming to the line here, they'll get ready to show the 1 to go indication. Lights will go off on the pace truck. Everybody will get doubled up, and I'll be honest with you, as far as for Joey Stiers and Brady LaBeouf, I wouldn't say there's a lot of damage on those trucks from that spin, Michael, they'll just go to the tail and we'll re-rack them, restack them, and get ready to go back to green.
Yeah, it looked like they were both pretty fortunate there. I don't think they're hurt too bad. Hopefully they're not going to get too over-aggressive here trying to make it up, or they're going to hurt themselves worse. As Barney getting ready to bring the green.
Yeah, we'll get ready to drop the green flag again here as the field works their way into turn number 3 and 4. By the way, that wraps up another Serve Pro caution. Obviously, I know our buddy Stephen McMillian does not have the graphics like usually, but it is Serve Pro Fire, Water Cleanup, and Restoration, our official caution sponsor for the NASRA Sim Racer Hub Truck Series, and that was caution number 1. We are back to green, and quickly on the restart, it is Boy Lothian got to jump over everybody behind them, top 5, maybe single file. Behind them, though, Michael, behind Newton, it is 2 by 2 by 2 as they work out of 4.
Yeah, and you got Hunter Parsons there on the bottom. He's going to be wanting to get to the top as quickly as he can. It's going to be a battle for him. Might have a little gap there if he would give it up, but he's not going to. Going to have the grip to try to get around the bottom.
Yeah, that's Hunter Parsons and Derek Kilgore going at it for that position. Behind him, Jacob Klinkhart in the number 1 machine. Adam Cantwell in the yellow and blue number 10 as they work their way off the corner out of turn number 4. 10 laps in to this thing as we got a truck sideways working off the bank and out of turn 4. Little loose for just a second. It looks like Joey Stiers is back playing checkup again. And Ron Hunter and others on the binders. It looks like we will stay green, though. No caution as the leader works in 3.
Yeah, he was able to gather it back up. A couple guys scattering and checking their pants there a little bit, but they're able to continue. Looked like maybe Hunter got a little loose there, Ron in the 30. See Broadfoot there, and Stiers had to scramble around.
Yeah, whatever happened in the back there that's going to make them fall all the way to the tail, obviously, for these 28, 29 trucks right now working their way back around the racetrack with Blake Lothian still the man out in front leading the way. There you see Tyler Dittmer in tow. They're single file right now. Everybody continuing to work the back stretch. Justin White there in 3rd. Adam Newton, obviously, with Tyler Daniels. And look at this now. Chris Kynes under attack, falling back as other drivers are going past him as they work their way off the corner out of turn 4.
Yeah, you see Joey Doucette and his new paint job there getting around Brian Chu. Looks like he's got a real good handle on the bottom, possibly. Don't have to carry Tribune now right there on the bottom.
Yeah, Golden Boy on the yellow, blue, and white machine. And we got a car spinning, truck spinning, bottom of the apron. Derek Kilgore, DSR Electric number 11 down at the bottom of the apron there. Shades of where we saw Joey Stiers have a problem earlier when also the caution happened with Brady LaBeouf. And now we see Derek Kilgore, the DSR Electric machine. Looks like he might have bounced off the back end. Had some help. Somebody got into his rear and they spun him around, and around goes the 11. I'm going to say that might be Klinkhart in the 1. And yes, it is. Klinkhart right there, just in to the back of the 11 as they work their way off the corner. I don't know, though. Looking at it from this angle now, Michael, it looked like he might have been loose off the corner.
Yeah, it looked like he was just loose. That's another thing I didn't even talk about. You see those seams on the track? Those things are like ice. If you get the right rear on that, try to put the power to the track, and around he goes. Hopefully, didn't get too much front damage, but that looked like fairly hard impact. He may be done for the evening.
Yeah. Tough break for the number 11 machine of Derek Kilgore, his Toyota on the pit lane. By the way, they'll go on the damage clock, but no fast repairs given in this series here, and 2 Serve Pro cautions in the early going. 16 of 165 laps in the 213 Simware.com 170, and right now the man up in front leading the way is the driver, of course, of yeah, what a great job he's got going for him right now, leading the way, of course, Blake Lothian doing really, really well in position number 1. I was trying to, tried to grab him and see if we could get a word with him, but I don't think he's in the box right now available for interview. But Blake Lothian right now is the man leading the way. In 2nd spot, patiently waiting, Tyler Dittmer. Looking at good run. Justin White, Michael, has a good run going for him in the early going in 3rd, too.
Yeah, Justin White's a really good short track racer. Had a good run at New Hampshire earlier this year. Good runs at Milwaukee Mile on the Friday night series. He's really good. Him, Newton, I expect them to be toward the front all night long. I'm trying to look down the grid here. Robbie Richards has moved up about 4 spots. So far, he seems to be the biggest mover. Chris Blanchard's moved up 6, so he's found a way to get around some trucks here, and maybe we can get a few more challengers up toward the front here soon.
Yeah, all that's going on as we're under the yellow flag again for this third time in this race. Still a long way to go here. Thanks for joining us on the Nazareth 360 Racing Network. I believe we're not live on Facebook, but I think we are live via YouTube. So our YouTube feed has the broadcast of tonight's race, and obviously Cody Knott. You see him currently in the 25th spot, and yeah, he's trying to climb from being in the back where he started from the rear there.
Yeah, he started from the rear as we were trying to get everything set to bring you this broadcast. If you guys knew what was going on behind the scenes, you'd give him a round of applause. We want to thank Steven so much. We ain't worried about the graphics. We're going to put on a good show here, and everything's fine. I'm looking at a few guys, like I said, Newton, they're finally getting doubled up here. Newton's now got the top side, so he may be able to make a charge at this and try to bring himself right up with Dittmer and with Blake. Just we'll have to see how this restart goes. Tire's not too damaged yet. We'll see if these guys can pull anything at the bottom.
We'll get ready to set them back for a restart with, again, Blake Lothian up on the outside now. He'll decide to go to the top for the restart. Tyler Dittmer down on the bottom. White and Newton right there will follow along with Daniels. Top 5. Green flag goes back in the air, and Blake Lothian gets a nice jump again on the restart from the outside lane. Everyone else will follow in tow as they work their way to the back stretch on the green flag. That wraps up another Serve Pro caution, and Lothian now powering it away. White and now dealing with the 15 machine in that mix. All this going on with Hunter Parsons out of turn 4.
Yeah, this is what this place is. Protect, protect, protect until you can attack. And once you can attack, you're just going to have to go for it. Little slide jobs. You see Parsons was there. We might have another truck spinning in the back.
Yeah, I think we got another yellow flag. Looks like we got another caution coming out here. This will be the third one here in stage number 1. And we'll set up a replay. Looks like it's Hartwick right there at the 71. Zach Hartwick, and if I remember correctly, Michael, winner last Monday night. Now in a spin here on the restart in turn 2.
Yeah, it looked like he got a bunch of help from Steve Barnett there. Just, I don't know, inside and around he goes. You know, it's unfortunate, but not a lot of damage. Once again, he'll be able to re-rack, try to work his way back up. But Barnett with a little dive bomber on him, a little run, and that was it. I don't know what Hartwick could have done. He was 3 wide, basically.
Winner last Monday night, Zach Hartwick now having some bad luck and going around. Looks like he should be able to continue. No harm, no foul there with a little help off the 42 of Steve Barnett. Good to see Steve Barnett back. I believe he missed us brakes in last Monday night as well, but Curse Blake Lothian is still leading the way. Tyler Dittmer in that number 2 spot. You see the scoring ticker going in real time. Obviously, Adam Newton 3rd, Justin White 4th, Hunter Parsons your top 5. Jacob Klinkhart 6th, Tyler Daniels 7th, Adam Cantwell 8th. Sean Hamilton, our friend of the North from Canada, is 9th, and Christopher Blanchard right now currently in the top 10. Looks like Brandon Broadfoot will get one of the wave arounds, or maybe he might be one of the drivers for the free pass to put him back on the lead laps, and he'll take that. So all of this going on with multiple caution flags, Michael, here in the early going of the 213 simware.com 165 from Lucas Oil Raceway, bud.
Yeah, I was a little afraid of that. As I said, this place is hard to negotiate, and then you get a few guys a little impatient. They're wanting to move up, try to get some points here, and you'll have this. Hopefully this does not turn into Martinsville, because that was something to behold that night, and I was on the call that night as well, and I couldn't think of any more stories to tell.
Yes, certainly was a wild one, no doubt about it, for that race, and we'll see how things shake up here right now at Lucas Oil Raceway. Right now, 3-4 cautions in the early going of this one here as the field works their way back down the front straightaway. Looks like we'll Give them at least another lap or so to get back in the right direction. And again, still a long way to go in this race, and honestly, still a long way to go in stage number 1.
Yeah, we got 25 laps still to go here. There are a lot that can change if we can ever get some tire wear here, because this place chews them up. So if we ever get locked into some racing, we may see who's got the best truck. Looks like Blake right now, Dittmer, Newton, Parsons, the guys you expect, the short track racers. And we'll just see who else can work way up here. I'll give a call right now for Tyler Daniels holding himself right in the mix. Adam Cantwell coming up. Hopefully they can get up there and poke their nose toward the lead.
Yeah, all of this going on is, again, we're under the yellow flag. 25. Working lap number 26. Looks like the lights will go off on the safety truck, and we'll get ready to go back for green flag. Michael McKinnon, I'm Wesley Outlet. Stephen McMillian in the house from the World of Thunder, helping on production tonight for Adam Flieger, who is off as well. And right now, as you see the scoring ticker pop back up onto your upper left of the monitor, it is Lothian and Dittmer right now on the front row. It's followed by Newton and White ready on row 2, and hopefully we can get a green flag run here now. Dittmer didn't fire. He spins the tires. Now he'll try to get right back in flank with Lothian at the Geico restart zone. And boy, oh boy, that could have bunched up everyone behind them. What a save there by Tyler Dittmer to not cause a calamity on that restart as we go back to green.
Yeah, certainly looked a little odd there, trying to back them up a little bit, but no harm, no foul so far. And we get a little contact between Parsons and Clinkhart and Newton, and these guys going hard for position right now.
Yeah, what a save there. We can check out that watching them coming back to green, and obviously it was just a scary moment there for Dittmer. It just looked like he wasn't ready to fire just yet, or he might have bottlenecked everyone behind them, but luckily he was able to get back up to pace and power alongside Lothian. But I do think that still took the momentum away from him. As right now, Lothian, you see the interval almost a half a second now as they work their way approaching lap number 30 back into turn number 1 and 2.
Yeah, Blake's really getting in and off the corner well, holding this, maintaining. But Dittmer got a big run right there. He may have found something. You got Justin White. He was able to work his way back around Adam Newton right there. And then, as I said, the battle is around 8th, 9th, 10th right now. You got Blanchard on the bottom. He's putting pressure on Cantwell. We've got
the man up in front is, oh boy. Yeah, with another yellow flag coming out here. Oh man, well, you see, is that Stiers? Joey Stiers? No, that's the 17. Bullock's truck bouncing off the Hartwick into the safer barrier. Into the wall goes the Toyota number 17 machine. And that's a tough break there for the driver for Warrior Racing Esports. The team Watson Racing set up 17 of Brandon Bullock, and that will put us under the yellow flag again for the 5th time here tonight at Lucas Oil Raceway of Indianapolis. As we mentioned, the 43 continuing to lead. That is Blake Lothian. Blake Lothian, part of Swim. Sick With It Motorsports. Winter Wheels is one of the sponsors on his Toyota 43 right now, up in front, leading the way. Doing really well. Wings Wheels is the sponsor on the number 43 at a Wellesley, Mass. That's a driver that obviously Blake Lothian, Michael McKinnon, we get to see here on the NASRA World, but he also competes in real racing. I've seen him at Southern National and Orange County and Hickory and my parts of the Carolinas. Part of the Cars Tour. We used to run in the Cars Tour Pro Late Model program and helps out on late model stock car teams, and obviously got a good run going for him. And of course, the 34, former broadcaster, former play-by-play man for the Monday Night NASRA series here, and just showing his transition right now, really doing well. You know, I'll be honest, Michael, you know, you got guys like Lothian and Dittmer, they're racing for a win. They're looking for another checkered flag. It's kind of like what William Byron did at Watkins Glen yesterday for NASCAR to get his 5th win for Hendrick Motorsports this year. You know you're in the playoffs. You know you're going to the postseason, but you still got that hunger and drive as a racer to want to still win races, and that's what they're doing.
Well, that's 100% right. We're going to try to pile up playoff points. We basically have the same scoring system in NASCAR, so let's stockpile as many points as we can as we move into the playoffs. But you know, like you said, we've got guys that haven't won this season. Look at Lance Miller. He's came all the way from 24th to 11th in the short amount of time we've been able to run. Blanchard from 16th up to 8th. These guys need wins. They want wins. And I think you're going to keep seeing them move up the grid here. They seem to have found something on the bottom, especially, excuse me, Blanchard.
Lothian is the leader, Dittmer second, White third, Newton fourth, Clinkhart your top 5. Then it's Parsons, Daniels, Blanchard, Cantwell, and Richards. That's Robert Richards, by the way, your top 10. Looking at your top 20, including also the drivers of Lance Miller, Joey Doucette, Sean Hamilton, Brady LaBeouf, Kerry Tribune, Raul Meza. Right now, your top 16. 17th will find Steve Barnett, Brian Chu, Ed Osborne, Jose Luis Rivera, your top 20. That's as it stands right now. As we'll make another lap around the racetrack here. And again, brought to you by Surf Pro, our caution flag sponsor. Surf Pro, fire and water cleanup and restoration. Surf Pro makes everything that looks messed up brand new with the great folks at Surf Pro. We gladly appreciate them. 213 Sim Racer Hub, or 213 Simware. We appreciate them being the title sponsor for tonight's race. And this is the NASRA Sim Racer Hub Truck Series on the NASRA 360 Racing Network. Lothian and Dittmer. Lothian will choose the outside lane again as leader's choice. On the top, Dittmer back on the bottom. Much better climb to the 34 driver door of Dittmer alongside the 43 of Lothian. And they move their way back to the Geico restart zone. Green flag back in the air. And we are approaching now lap number 40 and 10 to go in stage number 1. Lothian with another great restart off of turn number 2, Mike.
Yeah, Dittmer with a much better one as well, though, along with Justin White. What I'm seeing on these restarts is guys can get a quick position on the bottom. I think you see Clinkhart there, Blanchard's on the bottom, Tyler Daniels. All these guys are going to try to get a couple more spots before this stage comes to an end. So we got Newton
Now there's got to be
wall,
patience as Newton is up in the fence. Yeah, Newton up in the fence, and somehow they're sticking 3 wide again behind them as well. And they hold it together going off into the corner into turn number 3. There's Richards now battling with Newton for that spot. They're coming out of turn number 4, 3 wide, and they got contact. Chris Kynes goes around in 29 to the back. Caution will fly again. My goodness, Michael, I've lost count. Is that the 6th or 7th caution of the race?
Yeah, I think it's 6 already.
Just in stage 1?
Yeah, I think so. So here we go with the
Osborne
low move and
Kynes. He just looked like he was fighting the truck, and he was trying to also fight to keep from hitting the tailgate of the 28 machine of Ed Osborne, and that caused Chris Kynes to go around to the 29 machine. No harm, no foul on the Chevrolet Team Realtree entry. Should be able to get right back rolling again. We should see a quick caution
I'm
here.
actually surprised iRacing threw it. He got down out of the racing groove. I'm kind of surprised they threw that. He got around so quickly. Single car incidents. There's a lot of those tonight. I think we're going to see them. As I said, this bottom is treacherous. It's slick. It looks fine, but it's not. And guys are finding that out right now.
Yeah, a lot of drivers having issues here in the early going of this race. Let's check in with some of our drivers on track. We'll check in with Highline Racing's driver, Tyler Dittmer. Tyler, you're up in the booth, man, right now, comfortably in second. Pretty caution-filled stage 1 at Indianapolis, I might say, bud.
Yeah, it's pretty, I don't know what to call it, pacing? Not really racing. It's really hard on these restarts. The outside's just so good. The inside, you spin your tires. You can't really get on the throttle. And the outside lane's the place to be right now, Wesley. And Lothian just keeps putting me down here on the bottom. And, I mean, I do the same if I was him. So, I don't know. Hopefully we turn it around here.
We saw one time where you literally, as you mentioned, spinning the tires, man, you about bottlenecked the field behind you. What a great save you made.
Yeah, it's a handful, and honestly, I love the track. It's a true racer's track. It's just people are a little impatient with that right pedal and get on the gas, and That's why you're seeing so many guys loop it and get loose, and realizing when you're spinning your tires, hey, lift has been my saving grace so far, and hopefully for a couple others it can be their saving grace.
Yeah, Tyler, just
6 serve pro cautions right now. Michael, what you got?
I just wanted to ask real quick. Is it nerve-wracking when the guy's getting below you right now? Because this bottom line, we're just seeing it over and over again. I know you haven't had a lot of pressure, but is it just a little nerve-wracking on how hard you can get off the corner knowing that they may be coming right up into you?
Yeah, it's definitely nerve-wracking. Every time I see Justin or whoever's behind me on the bottom get a good restart and look to the inside, or whenever I'm still side-by-side with the guy who restarts fourth going into 1 and 2, it's definitely not a comfortable place to be at all, Mike. Definitely stressful to say the least, but I believe in at least myself and a couple of the guys around me to race relatively clean, keep the truck straight. But if I got shuffled in the back, I don't know how willing I'd be going into a corner side by side here.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for.
All right, buddy. We'll let you get back to it again.
Appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Always great catching up with one of the drivers of Highline Racing, and again, that is Tyler Dittmer. We'll let him get back in his box, and we wanted to grab the leader, Blake Lothian, but Lothian not in our channel just yet. Right now, he is leading the way as we are approaching the end of stage number 1. It looks like they're going to have about 6 laps when they come back to fire out of turn number 4 at the Geico restart zone in stage number 1. Lothian and Dittmer right there alongside one another, and again, like this last 7 times of restarts, Blake Lothian option choice on the outside. Dittmer has to power back right there on the bottom on the driver left of the 34 of Dittmer right there as we work their way back out of turn number 4. You heard Dittmer say, Michael, as we come back to the restart to wrap up another serve pro caution. He knows the outside lanes where he's got to go. He's got to find a way to get around that 43 to make it a reality that he can be able to do that and be the leader.
Yeah, really good restart out of clean cart there, able to take that outside, propel himself up into third. You'll see Parsons going to be trying to put the heat on White here pretty quick. But yeah, like you said, these restarts, if we can just get them going here, I think we'll see some great racing if we can just, there we go, 3 wide.
Yeah, going 3 wide again. Doucette in the middle, the Joker. Nashville winner on the Triple M Pulling Truck Series, now known as the Cops NASRA Truck Series on Friday night. Working up the hill, there goes Doucette. Brady LaBeouf right there alongside. Remember the issue LaBeouf had. Able to climb for him now as we approach the end of stage number 1 and 5 to go. Next time by, he's put himself back into the top 12.
Yeah, it was a great job by Brady. He moved himself right back up in almost the top 10 spot. As I said, shout out to Cantwell. See Raul Meza running a great race. Lance Miller's really moved. This is the racing right here. It always is. 6 to 10 to 12, that is where the hornet's nest is. And these boys are hoping they don't get stung right now.
Yeah, watching it now, working their way off the corner. Lothian and Dittmer, and they worked away. Trouble, it's Miller into the fence. Miller in 21, keeps on going, takes a lick and keeps on tipping. Kerry Tribune now on the binders. Barnett checks up, so does Hamilton. We still stay green now. Wow.
Yeah, really good job by Lance there. I don't know if he got hooked a little by Barnett or Tribune. One of them looked like they got the rear a little bit, put him into the wall, but seems to be able to keep pace right here. Hopefully no harm, no foul.
Final couple of laps remaining here in stage number 1. It's still Lothian in front. Dittmer now finally trying to settle things out here. Look at now the 15. This is Parsons and Klinkart. Like you mentioned, Michael, they're going at it now for 4th as they come to the line and 1 to go in stage 1.
Yeah, and you see how hard Jacob's going for these points. He's down in points. He's loose off. He is running it as hard as he can to get as many points as possible right here. Hopefully we'll get her to the finish line here. Then they can re-rack them, get some new tires, and we can do it all again.
To the line, stage 1. Give it to Blake Lothian. We'll wait for the top 10 to cross the scoring loop just like NASCAR does. And the caution flag will be displayed. And it looked like Joey Doucette was able to get 9th around Daniels for that final spot in the points. Top 10 get playoff points, as we mentioned, in the stage. And stage number 1 will go to the driver, Blake Lothian, in truck number 43. There's the Wings Wheels entry. First swim, Sick With It Motorsports. Another good run for the Toyota driver out of Wellesley, Massachusetts. And he gets it done. South Carolina's Tyler Dittmer will finish second. Justin White, mentioning him a couple of times, Michael, in stage 1, will finish in third. Good run for him with Brute Force Motorsports. Then you've got also Hunter Parsons with a solid top 5 for Highline Racing. Robert Richards with a good top 5 as well. And we think pit road's going to be open as everybody in the leaders are coming in.
Well, it looked like Klinkart might have stayed out with Parsons here. I have not checked the info. Let me see.
Yep, Klinkart and Parsons stayed out. You're exactly right. Newton didn't pit either.
They only have 2 sets of tires in the pits after the start. So they've got 2 changes from here. So these guys are going to try to conserve a little and maybe wait for a late race caution. You see a lot of these guys taking advantage of that right now. Plus all the caution laps right there. Probably not too damaged at this point.
So Jacob Klinkart will now be the new man leading the way here for Brute Force Motorsports. Let's bring him in the booth real quickly and wonder what his strategy is right now. Jacob Klinkart, you did not pit. Why?
I'm just taking a chance here. I'm 21st in points, so I need to take chances here. I gotta do something different from what the leaders are doing. So taking a chance, see what I can do.
I think it's one of the things me and Michael McKinnon talked about was the fact that we're down to the final 3 races, 2 more counting tonight to the road course at Canadian Tire, and then the wild card at Daytona to determine the playoff picture. And obviously, there's got to be some gambles like you're doing right now to take.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I feel comfortable with Canadian Tire and Daytona, but they're both still wild cards, and you never know what's going to happen. So, worth a shot. If I even sacrifice six spots out of this, I'll be happy if I at least get some stage points.
Michael McKinnon.
Yeah, Jake, we all know you got the talent here. You've had some of the worst luck in the world. I mean, you were a championship 6 driver in the Friday nights. I understand there's only 2 sets of tires in the pits. Is that correct?
Yes, there is.
Okay, so this makes a lot of sense to me then. As the way the cautions are looking, let's hold on to them, right? Let's hope we can pull something out here.
Yep, I will try. Thank you.
You got it, buddy.
There you go for Brute Force Motorsports. There's Jacob Klinkart. You got his strategy there of what he is doing, and you see right now he is in the lead position. It's the NASCAR Sim Racer Hub Truck Series. Season 2 rolls on. 3 races counting tonight till the playoffs. I'm Wesley Outlet, Michael McKinnon alongside. Stephen McMillian is our producer director, as Adam Flieger is off tonight and William Tiller is on vacation. Michael, you're taking the first stage of the 213 Simware.com 165 at Lucas Oil Raceway as we get ready to go to green next time by in stage 2.
Yeah, quickly here. My take is that it's almost exactly what I thought it would be. You got some fast guys at the back. They want to get to the front. Some guys that are pushing too hard, trying to come to the front. So hopefully they've learned a little lesson here. We can get off to a good restart and we can bring you a good show here, because this track will provide a good show if we can just get some racing in.
We'll see how that happens now with Hunter Parsons flanked to the inside of Jacob Klinkart. You've got now Newton Blanchard making up row 2. Brady LaBeouf and Raulmeza first 3 rows. Green flag goes in the air. Stage 2 underway here at IRP. On the restart, give the whole shot to Klinkart, and he knows to stay on the outside, but the bottom begins to work a little bit for Parsons as now Blanchard clears by Newton going to 3.
This is gonna tell the story if this lane's gonna come in. And farther back, Blake Lothian is almost on the apron. Up caution already. Let's see what happened here.
Caution out for the 8th time, if you count the 7th caution being at the end of the stage. And looks like Robert Richards with a problem. The Gaffney, South Carolina driver. Bonside, it looks like off of 71 is Zach Hartwick, and that's why we go into yellow flag here again, Michael.
Yeah, Hartwick come down a little bit. Robbie down to the bottom. This is something, if you get too low here, you're in trouble. Hartwick just holding his line, and Robbie slides up just a little bit. Apparently, the side grip in these trucks is just null and void when they get side by side right now.
We saw some more smoke at the tail end of that accident. I'm wondering if some other trucks might have got caught up in that accident. Stephen McMillian, if you want to go from another angle, as we see Richard's truck on pit lane. I'm wondering if there was a secondary accident after the 48 machine, because we did see some smoke after they wrecked here. Let's watch it one more time. Everybody checking up. Right there, maybe. Nope, no harm, no foul. Okay.
Yeah, everybody able to get through. That's a good deal. Joey Steyer's having a tough night back there, but he's able to get through another one.
So, caution coming out here now. 59 of 100 and lap 60 of 165. 105 laps remaining here tonight in the 213simware.com 165 here at Lucas Oil Raceway again. According to our race information, lap 105 will be stage 2 once we complete the Glass Mechanic stage winner. Also, by the way, Glass Mechanic is the sponsor for the stage 2 winner. Lap 105 will be when that is determined. IRP, obviously, you've got Lucas Oil Raceway of Indianapolis and the drag strip at IRP. And obviously, Michael, one of the big marquee events with NHRA is the U.S. Nationals. Let's be honest, that's the Daytona 500 of straight line NHRA drag racing.
I believe you are correct. That is the big one for these guys. I'm not sure. Did this go to a 4-wide event still? I can't remember. I want to say it did.
No, it's still too wide. No, it's still too wide, but it's the crown jewel race at Indianapolis Raceway Park on Labor Day. I mean, it's the only time when NHRA actually runs Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So it's really, really cool. And I know the last couple of years, I work with Fox Sports Radio. Fox, the network Fox, airs the Labor Day Monday live coverage of the U.S. Nationals on national TV. So that's pretty cool. Obviously, I've done some announcing with SRX this year, and Lucas Oil Speedway has hosted SRX in the past. Obviously, they had a big race a couple of weeks ago when NASCAR was at Indianapolis with the Xfinity and Cup Series. ARCA and the trucks were at IRP. Pretty exciting race, entertaining, and now we'll see how things shake up here for the NASRA Sim Racer Hub Truck Series at Indianapolis Lucas Oil Raceway as we get ready to go back to the Geico restart zone, working lap number 63 when they take the green linen from the virtual Barney iRacing flagman. Right now, Clinkhart will be on the inside with Parsons now on the top. Newton, LaBeouf, outside lane, pushes heavy, the leader, and it's going to be Parsons with under a quick jump to the lead as they work on the turn number 1.
Yeah, it looked like Newton might have spun the tires a little bit there. Brady got in the back of him a little bit, got him moving forward. And once again, big shout out to Brady. We're stuck in a spin. He's up in the top 5, just having a great run so far. We'll keep an eye a little farther back, low thin on those new tires. He was literally utilizing the apron. I don't know how he's doing it, but he was all the way on the apron while ago.
Yeah, you think of Brady LaBeouf, and remember he was one of the original, one of the drivers in the caution at the start of things, and what a climb to get back into this battle. And right now, Brady LaBeouf is back into the top 5 as they work their way off the corner. There's Lothian now. There's the stage 1 winner, and they're getting 3 wide in the middle. It's going to be Raul Meza. Look at this. Joey Doucette on the outside. Here comes now Hamilton on the top, and they work that way for position out of turn 2.
Yeah, I was wondering.
3 wide again.
Oh, it's crazy back here. This is where the racing always is. 3 wide with Treby, Meza, Daniels, Chris Collins coming up the middle. This is going to sort itself out or not. We'll have to wait and see.
And it looked like Joey Steyer's, Michael, bounced off the safer barrier as well as they work their way off the corner out of turn number 2. Steyer's in the green and black 23. All of this going on as everybody's playing bonsai, inside, outside, working their way around the corner, is working off the corner out of 4 back to the front. Great racing now here on lap number 67.
Yeah, this is what this track can provide. Oh, ooh, Blanchard almost spinning out right there, getting on the power. That's going to give a chance for Dittmer to stick his nose back up in it.
Working off the corner, Dittmer inside, bottom of the racetrack. Right now, battle for 5th with LaBeouf. Blanchard, Chu on the outside looking in as well in this battle. In the top 10, they work their way into the back stretch into that 3rd turn. Right now, Hunter Parsons up in front, the pride of Green Bay, Wisconsin. Yes, he's a cheesehead, and football season is upon us again. The 15 Toyota up in the top spot. That is Hunter Parsons right now. Let's see where he's representing. His colors are with Highline Racing. Right now, look at this gaggle of traffic continuing to fight and claw. Doucette with White alongside out of 4, Michael.
Yeah, just great racing back here. These guys have found a little grip. Maybe the bottom line is getting, worked in a little bit where it can make a little bit of a move. See Barnett to the inside of Chu again. This is just great racing right here, about, 7th, 8th on back.
Yeah, man, what a battle. Here goes Doucette again with Chu. Now Lothian trying to climb back in to the top 10. That's Blake Lothian in 10th now. He did pit. Those other drivers did not. And you know what now, Michael, after speaking with Jacob Klinkhart and getting the strategy of him and Newton and the other guys that did not pit, I get it. You've only got 2 sets of tires besides what you've got on the track that you started with on your original 4. There's a strategy here, I believe. I think they're believing there's going to be a green flag pit stop to the finish. And obviously, they might be trying to go for only 2 stops. They might try to pit once and then the green flag run to the finish.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what they're wanting to do. They know this track's tough, probably going to get a caution. They're going to hope for something around lap 25. If the other guys have taken the tires, maybe they'll have an extra set and they can make a charge to the front. Because we're seeing new tires will work on the bottom. All these guys that pitted are making the moves on the bottom.
And another thing we're seeing, my friend, is only 1 yellow flag in stage number 2 so far here in the 213simware.com 165. Everything else has been green and exciting racing, intense racing all around Lucas Oil Raceway of Indianapolis as they work the back straightaway. Look at White getting pushed out of line. He'll have to tuck in tail behind the machine of the 42 of Barnett, and they'll go right back at it again.
Yeah, you can see these are some great drivers, and they are just fighting and fighting to get the power down. Place is so slick. Starting to rubber in, though. It's getting a little darker. It might help them with the, getting the power to the ground, because that's what they're all struggling with right now. It's not getting into the corner. It's just getting off the corner they're all struggling with.
Right now, 30 laps to go when they cross the line here in stage number 2. Class Mechanic Stage 2 here in the 213simware.com 165. And there's a lot more give than take stage number 2 also than what we saw in that first stage. And obviously, I think it's going to be Katie bar the door that 3rd stage to the checkered flag, no doubt, Michael.
Yeah, I think a few of these guys have felt out their truck. They realize, okay, I might not have what I thought I had. Let's back it down, save some tire, and see if we can make a charge that way instead of all the bonsai moves we were seeing before.
If you're enjoying all the awesome views of Nazareth, thanks to Stephen McMillian for filling in for Adam Flieger tonight. He's doing a phenomenal job and watching all these things happen off the turn, out of turn 4, back to 1 and 2. And now we see this battle between the top 5. That's Joey Doucette going at it with Blake Lothian, trying to climb back up into the front again, along with Brady LaBeouf and Blanchard. All these guys working their way off of turn number 4, coming back to start finish. Barnett, Blanchard, White going at it there for that spot into 1.
Yeah, just tremendous racing back here. White, pardon me. White able to stick his nose in there. I don't know if he could, no, he could not complete the pass. It's going to be hard as the run goes on to get that, the bottom to get your run off. Like I said, slide jobs, about the only way to do it. He got a big run there.
Yeah, there goes White inside, battling with Blanchard right up the racetrack, up the hill into 2 to the back straightaway. Now watching is Kerry Tribune. He's watching on the backside. Actually, that's Brady LaBeouf. Also now trying to make something happen up in front of them. That's Barnett. LaBeouf, leaders working off that corner. We saw that get a little antsy for just a moment, as I did see LaBeouf get a little sideways. But there you see the interval now, the top 5. There is the leader just in view on the bottom of the screen of Parsons. Then it's Klinkhart. Here comes now Dittmer going after it with also Adam Newton as they work out of turn 4. And lap 82 of 165 and Indy into 1.
Yeah, Parsons been able to stretch to a 1.53 second lead. He's getting about a 10th a lap on these guys right now, so he's done a marvelous job saving his tires. We're seeing a few guys, like I said, on tires. I think Dittmer's on tires. There's Lothian back in it. And there's Joey Doucette in his new Golden Boy paint job. And if we have time, we'll get into the controversy of this paint scheme. Because could you tell who's on the side of the truck right there?
Yeah, man. What is that on the side of the truck? What are you talking about there, Michael?
Well, you see Joey's paint
Golden
job,
Boy?
Golden Boy there. I think after his comments
Golden
last week at
Boy.
Vegas, he kind of upset some people. So that's Mr. Tyler Dittmer's face on that truck. It's on the hood. It's on the side. It's a little controversy that we just don't pay a lot of attention to. But I think if you guys took exception to what Tyler was talking about, how nobody could drive and all that last week. So I think Joey decided to pay him a favor with the paint.
Well, the Golden Boy of Doucette right now. They call him the Joker also. And, of course, the Joker messing with Tyler Dittmer tonight here at IRP, as we mentioned. All of this going on with, again, another lap on the board, closing in stage 2 to the finish. Lap 105 is when they'll wrap it up, as now we got a battle. No, correction, that's actually the leader going through lap traffic, as right now they're trying to get around Jeffrey Johnson Jr., the driver that's in the mid-20s right now, as they work their way back into the corner into 3 and 4, Michael.
Yeah, and Jeffrey's going to have to hope they don't start catching everybody else here soon, because if we go green, he doesn't want to be stuck to lap down. So he's going to have to fight hard to stay on this lead lap, but I don't think it's going to matter anymore if we're starting to get into some lap traffic.
If you remember last week, Michael, Jeffrey Johnson Jr. put himself in a very precarious position to put himself into the win column, and he jumped the restart leading, and in doing so, he had to suffer a penalty that took his chances away from winning last week. Hopefully, right now, obviously, he just went a lap down, but look at all of this crazy racing going on in the back straightaway, and Tyler Dittmer says, clear a path. Somebody give me you throw a dog a bone. Let me go inside or outside and clear by these guys.
Yeah, and they stuck Cody Knott 3 wide as all 4 of them tried to ease by there, and they were able to do it. So, as we said, maybe this rubbering up a little bit. It's giving these guys a little more traction, a little more confidence, and we're able to get some great racing going in. Seeing a few other people move up the board. Jose Luis Rivera's moved up a little bit. Stiers is starting to make his way up. I think he's finally got a little feel for it. He's back up to, I think, 15th right now. Putting the move on Blanchard back here. And the caution is out.
Boy, this was something that maybe a lot of drivers wanted to see. Hands down, this is a long green flag run, the longest green flag run of the race so far in both stages counting. Obviously, we just went, about 40 laps, I think, Michael, green flag?
Yeah, we had some real good racing. There was around 40 laps right there. And what this might do is allow these guys that didn't pit earlier to come to pit road now and maybe flip a little track position later in the race and still have a set of tires.
Gotta wonder if Klinkhart will come down pit lane. Other drivers, obviously, that did not pit at the end of stage 1. The answer is no.
Nope, he's going to stay.
Like Brady LaBeouf's pulling onto pit road. Yeah, staying for them points. You're right.
Looks like this is going to trap Ron
Hunter.
Hunter another lap down.
Yeah. Hunter Parsons right now, the man that is leading the way for Highline Racing. Let's check in with our former colleague up in the booth and now driving for Highline Racing. Good night going for you, Hunter. You're taking stage 2 so far, trying to wrap up a stage win.
Yeah, a couple laps here to go, just trying to put it all together and have good consistency and good runs all season, just could never finish it, I guess. So hopefully that caution, I didn't want to see that, but hopefully we're able to pull something off here, keep those guys behind us.
Stage 1, very interesting. It's kind of dim for stage 2, and you're doing what you need to do to be up in front to get those points.
Yeah, that stage 1, it definitely was a lot longer than I bet we all expected, but I think that last run people kind of spread out. They gave a little bit of room, which around at this racetrack is kind of what you need. You just need to be patient and like, what did we run there? Almost 30 laps green, something like that. So just let it, air out and then go work on trying to pass cars rather than just trying to dive bomb on these restarts, which we've been seeing early. So hopefully we can, go green here the last 10 laps in the stage, get a win, and then, race hard again in stage 3.
Michael McKinnon.
Yeah, Hunter, we can visibly see the track starting to take a little more rubber. It's getting darker and darker. Is that helping get the power down a little better? We're starting to see people actually farther back make moves on the bottom. Is that making it a little easier to get the power down?
A little bit. The line I've been running is a little bit different, so the throttle I'm putting out is a little different too. So I don't really have a lot of problem wheel spinning. The bottom is good for quick passes, but you don't want to be down there too long, that's for sure.
Yeah, I heard that. We've seen several guys go backwards pretty quickly, but we'll let you get back to it, bud. And good luck here. Hold them off for a few more here. What, you're going to have about 10 or so to go, so good luck.
Yep, thank you.
Driver for Highline Racing out of Green Bay, Wisconsin right there. That's Hunter Parsons leading the way as the lights go off on the pace truck. Jacob Klinkhart is going to try to power right alongside Parsons as we have less than 10 laps to go here in stage number 2. Here as we wrap up another Serve Pro caution, the field to come back to the Geico restart zone, and we'll find out, Michael, who will be the Glass Mechanic Stage 2 winner here in the 213 Simware.com 165. Pace truck scampers away from the field, drops onto the apron, comes onto pit road. Rest of the field, 2x2x2, working their way off the 4th turn. Parsons on the outside, Klinkhart on the bottom. Leader's Choice will take the top. He's got Dittmer in tow. The green flag flies. Dittmer now gives a push, helps out Parsons up the track. Klinkhart now trying to get up top side. He's got to throw a block on Dittmer as they work out of 2.
Yeah,
Whoa, trouble in the back. Brady LaBeouf, I believe, just crashed. Sean Hamilton, Raul Meza, Richards, the 20. And the caution will fly as fast as we went back to green. Yes. And my correction, it was not Brady LaBeouf. It was Sean Hamilton. Here's a replay of it.
Yeah, he got loose on the inside there and just boom. Steyer's able to get away. All the rest of these guys really getting piled into. Jose takes a shot. Robbie a shot. Don't know how much damage will be on a couple of those, but a couple are going to be in serious trouble to continue.
Joey Steyers, John Hamilton, the 20, turned in the fence, and he got turned into the pack as well. That's the driver of Jose Luis Rivera. Tough break for him. From another angle, look at Hamilton, got to the left rear. Steyers into the safer barrier. He came back down, and then everyone else bonsai'd from there. And then it's check up and hope you don't get caught up in it, Michael, out of 2.
Yeah, Stephen, can we go back just a little bit? I don't know if he got any help going into the corner from Blanchard, or if nope, he didn't. Just a little bit too hot and around.
No, he didn't.
That's it.
Jose Luis Rivera, man, just victim of circumstance in the 20. Raul Meza also on the binders, obviously, in that Serve Pro truck. Serve Pro caution. Here comes trucks on pit road. Raul Meza again. And all of this happening now, working at the end of stage number 2. Most positions gained on the bottom right. There you see Joey Doucette climbing up 14 spots, 13 for Kerry Tribune in the 7, Brandon Broadfoot in the 22 up 12, and Chris Kynes right now up 8 spots there. Jacob Klinkart just climbed 7. So there are some of your drivers with the most spots gained here in stage number 2 and of the race so far.
And what does this caution do? This helps Hunter and this helps Jacob huge. They're only going to have a couple laps till the end of the stage. We'll have another caution out, give out the points. This just cools the tires down, gives them another chance to hold off Dittmer and Lothian, who both are on tires, I believe. So this is going to help these guys out immensely.
You were mentioning the driver that we were talking about earlier. Let's talk to the high climber of the race so far, Joey Doucette in truck number 16. And we were. If we want to show your truck real quick, Stephen, obviously this 16 is who we're referring to, and obviously the Golden Boy. You changed up your truck. You've got Tyler Dittmer's face on it. What's the story, Joey Doucette, behind this? And you're the high climber of the race so far.
Somebody said that I wouldn't do it, and I had a painter make it for me, and I said I'll run it for a one-off, and I guess he likes it. He made a little joke that he has a win and Chase Elliott doesn't, so that was kind of funny. But no, I'm just relaxing here and trying to get more stage points here.
I'm loving the truck. Definitely brave to do it for sure. For the Joker, the Golden Boy right now for Misfit Motorsports. Joey Doucette, great catching up with him. Michael, as it looks like we're going to have less than 4 laps, 3 laps, if you will, to stage number 2. We're getting ready to come back to green. Whoa, look at that. Parsons on the bottom this time. Made it work instead of the top.
I was just about to say the same thing. I was super surprised at that. Not sure what that one's about, but it certainly worked for him. As I said, to get the tires cooled off, big jump, and then you see Dittmer trying to put the pressure on Klinkart. We'll see if these new tires matter after about 40 laps of green flag running.
63 laps to go, couple of laps remaining here in stage number 2, and Parsons on the restart was on the inside. He climbs to the outside again on Klinkart. From the panaway view down the back straightaway, there's Dittmer, Lothian. Those are your guys that battled it out in stage 1. As it looks like, boy, just a shot off the wall was Lothian. This lets Dittmer get to his inside, and we've got another caution flag. I think this will end stage number 2.
Yep, this should end the stage right there. Hunter Parsons will walk away with the win. Klinkart second. Lothian's going to hold third, it looks like, even with the bounce off the wall. I thought Tyler might get him, but it is showing him in third. And Dittmer fourth. Newton comes on fifth.
Oh.
Jose again going around.
And Jose Luis Rivera putting us under another caution. I question that yellow flag, obviously, Michael. He was out of harm's way, down at the bottom of the apron. Nobody was inside. I would have thought maybe they would have stayed green, but that wraps up stage number 2. And, of course, the Glass Mechanic stage winner will be Hunter Parsons. He made it work. He's showing his strengths. And like we said, Michael, what a great observation at the end of stage number 2 on that last restart before the caution. He was on the inside. Everyone else has been on the outside for these restarts. He was on the inside, and he made it work.
Yeah, the inside really worked there. They must have got the tire temps down a lot. What I'm surprised with, if the scoring is right on what I'm seeing, he's able to pit and come back out in 11th position. Is that correct? I believe Chris Kynes in 11th. This will have to update. Yeah. We'll just have to wait for the update. That strategy could really work
like
out.
Might have him in 10. Sure did. Man, Lothian and Doucette now are going to be the guys that are going to be in the front. 60 laps to go Stephen McMillian, of course, our producer tonight. We normally take commercials, but we're staying live with you this evening, flag to flag with our coverage. Don't want to confuse our assistant producer, backup producer, any more than what all the things he had to learn to get on the air for today. But obviously, Michael, Glass Mechanic Stage 2 winner, going to go to Hunter Parsons. Tyler, Blake Lothian again, Stage 1. And now we set ourselves in for the run to the checkered flag with about a less than 60 laps to go.
Yeah, hopefully we'll get that long green flag run like we had in Stage 2. That was some just fantastic racing in the back. But as I said, this strategy has really played well for Parsons and Klinkart. I don't know if Dittmer didn't take tires first time. He went in that time. But it's working out great for these guys. Come back right back out in the top 10.
Waiting for timing and scoring to update. And Michael, it does look like we're going to see Hunter Parsons in the top 10. So what strategy for him? Jake Klinkart right there in 11th. So right now, Blake Lothian is the leader. Joey Doucette in second. Zach Hartwick, winner last week, in third. Brady LaBeouf is fourth. Brian Chu is your top 5. Then it's Blanchard, followed by Chris Kynes, Brandon Broadfoot, Raul Meza, and Hunter Parsons, your top 10. Of course, last week, Zach Hartwick won at Las Vegas, and I know, Michael, even you said it yourself, that was a very special win for that young man.
Oh, 100%. That boy's putting so much work in, so much time, and he's starting to show his talent, even on the short tracks here, as we get ready to go back to racing.
Yeah, definitely showing his momentum down the stretch, as it will be just 2 races remaining till the playoffs fire off again. We've got this race tonight, Stage 3 underway. The run to the checkered flag is on. As right now, Blake Lothian back up in front, Stage 1 winner. Fast qualifier, back to the lead. Doucette in second, Brady LaBeouf third, and look out. Mentioning Zach Hartwick, he spins and it causes everyone else to banzai and check up behind them, and they get crashed out of 3 and 4. Wow, it's a parking lot.
Yeah, that's a bad deal right in front of the field there. I couldn't see it. The guy was looking at the scoring. I don't know if he got some help or if he just got loose coming off the corner.
So, Steven, you want to show the 71 of Zach Hartwick. He was the culprit that started this all, and look at this behind them, because everybody was on the binders to miss the spinning or looked like spinning 71, as there's a shot given, and then from there was that Kynes that gave a shot, I believe, to the 71, and then he got caused. It caused an accident from there. Look at this.
Yeah, I think it's Brian. I think it's
from
Brian
another
Chu,
angle.
51.
No, Brian Chu. It's Brian Chu. Yeah, Brian Chu did it. Look, oh my. And then Chu in unison, and then everybody from there. Oh, somehow Dittmer got through. Newton got through. Wow.
Yeah, that's just different breaking points for 2 different people. That you'll have that once in a while, but he just got completely jacked up. There ain't nothing he can do there. Able to continue on.
Look at it. Hey, by the way, NASCAR Racing wants to remind you that obviously there's the big race coming up, the big one, the 2023 King of Daytona. It all starts, a matter of fact, in 2 days from now. Actually, 3 days from now, if you count today. Thursday, August 24th, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, Week 1 qualifier. $5 entry fee. Pay out based on entries. That is your qualifier race number 1. Of course, that will be on this Thursday. Then, of course, August 31st, the dual race 1. 1 race, dual 1, okay? Then we come back again on September 7th for week number 3, dual 2. And then it all culminates for 250 miles, 100 laps around Daytona in week 4. That's Thursday, September 14th. And that is the King of Daytona. and it'll all be live streamed on the NASRA 360 Racing Network. Make sure you join Brady LaBeouf and myself in the broadcast booth for that. Michael, I don't know what you got going on Thursday, man, but that might be something to check out as well. That is going to be really, really cool to find out who will be the inaugural NASRA King of Daytona, part of NASRA special events.
Yeah, I might be able to make the main event. I'm not sure how my schedule is going to work out, but that's the day after my birthday, so hopefully I'm cleaned out and dried out by then.
There you
I might
go.
be able to join it. Might be it.
Well, we'll find out. Yeah, that'd be really cool. Hey, don't forget on Wednesday night, it is also the Wednesday night DSR Electric Truck Series, the NASRA DSR Electric Truck Series. They've been running a couple of recruitment races. Got another one planned for this Wednesday. Don't forget also on Thursday night, before the race broadcast, will be the Hot Lap podcast with Tyler Dittmer and Brady LaBeouf. I believe that is scheduled to be at 8 p.m. Eastern before the qualifier race at Daytona this Thursday as well. We're going to green with 51 laps to go here in Lucas Oil Raceway of Indianapolis. And look at Lothian again with a great restart, Michael. Oh, look out, trouble. Brady LaBeouf just spins off of turn 2, stacks everyone up behind him for those that have missed him, and the caution is out again.
Yeah, we'll have to take a close look at that.
That time it was Brady LaBeouf.
Yeah. It looked to be, and of course this is just not good when you're doing it right in front of the field. Everybody's scattering. We'll have to get a closer look at this, see exactly what happened.
Shut out. And I want to say this is like yellow flag number 12. Look at LaBeouf. Did he have help off Klinkhart's back bumper?
Yeah, it might have been Parsons. He probably got a little help, I would say.
Was that? Yeah, that truck right there behind it. Yeah, no, that's Parsons. Oh, yes, it was. Parsons, correction, the 15 of Parsons. And yeah, he gave him a little shot. A little pun. I want to say it was intentional. Broadfoot spins into the pack. Kynes. Other people.
Yeah,
Richards on the binders to miss it.
You know, Robbie's been caught up in about 4 things. He can't be happy. He moves up and he goes right to the back. Moves back up, right to the back. See, Brandon Broadfoot got a little piece too. A couple other guys. It's just, I don't know. Everybody's all take now. We're in the 3rd stage, so you just have to see how it works out. Looked like Brady didn't get much damage, if any. Of course, that's usually how it works. Whoever gets caught up in it usually gets through it. And everybody behind it gets caught.
We were mentioning some of the races that remained on the schedule for Season 2 of the NASRA Sim Racer Hub Truck Series. Obviously, you've got Canadian Tire, Motorsports Park, the 9-turn or the 10-turn road course in Canada. That will be, again, next Monday night. August the 28th will be, Canadian Tire, Motorsports Park. Labor Day weekend. Oh, boy, what a way to celebrate Labor Day, right, Michael? Daytona, your final qualifier before the playoffs at Daytona.
Yeah, that's always pretty exciting because, as you know, anybody can win there. These trucks are all equal. Play your strategy right, you might get a surprise winner, sneak into the playoffs. And that's what it's going to all be about. I don't think a lot of guys are going to care one bit about points. They're going to do nothing but try to win the race. Pretty exciting. Of course, Friday night, we got the truck series. We're going to be at Kansas Speedway. Just come off our run last Friday night. That was a pretty fun track at Iowa. Going to work our way into Kansas on Friday and give it a go.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, I'm hoping that once my regular announcing obligations for real racing concludes, Michael, that I can be able to join you guys again for the Cops Truck Series, man. And obviously, I want to say thank you because you Triple M Pooling was what 8 seasons the title sponsor for that or 7 seasons for the trucks, and then obviously Cops has stepped in, and I know that everybody listen. That's the premier series for NASRA, man. You know that Friday night.
Well, we call it that. A lot of guys run here, but yeah, the competition is like at Iowa. I think the top 15, we all qualified within the 10th. So, I mean, the competition is just unbelievable in there right now. So, finally going to get the lights off here. But no, it's my honor, you know, to sponsor it all those years. But it's also great with the growth and a great organization to come on board.
And when the Triple M pulling in some shape or form is still involved in it, whether it's race sponsors or any other things as well. North American Sim Racing Association, NASRA Racing on Facebook, X, and Instagram. By the way, X used to be known as Twitter till Elon Musk came in and changed it all. We're coming back to green with Les coming back to the start. Green flag. Let's see if we can get this one to the finish here. Pro Blake Lothian back out in front. Leaders work off of turn number 2. 40, is that 45 to go? No, 49 to go. 48 to go. No, 45 to go. It was 45 to go. 44 to go now at the line. It is pucker time. And just as soon as we got back a lap, we have a caution. Yellow is out again, Michael. Oh, man.
Yeah, we got Kynes and Barnett. Looks like tied together this time. It's just one after another. There is no give anymore. And that's just Kynes absolutely losing it under braking. Loose in, and around he goes, takes out Barnett. Barnett might not have too much there, but that's just loose in, overcorrected, kaboom.
Caution out again as the Barnett machine. Oh, we got Chris Kynes up against the fence as well in the wrong direction of the 29. The yellow flag will fly. So if you're in the chat box, chime in. Tell Michael and I who you think are going to win this race. Obviously, has got a pretty good following. Thanks to everybody for tuning in. Chat box has been kind of quiet tonight, so we encourage you to jump in here and let us know who you think's going to be the man to win this race tonight. Is it going to be the Wings Wheels entry of Blake Lothian? Is somebody else going to come in here and pull the upset again next week? Penultimate race of the regular season at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. Road course, obviously, Michael, we know this. Road course racing, completely different animal, obviously, and we'll see the strategy of how all that goes next Monday night. I think, as we mentioned, Daytona, the crazy wild card. Looking forward to it.
Oh, absolutely.
And then Charlotte. Hey, Charlotte Motor Speedway for the first round of the playoffs of the Sweet 20.
Yeah, that's a great place to start. It puts on a great show with these guys. I know that as we're talking about the road racing, I know Blake absolutely dominated the Roval, so I expect him to be very strong up there next week. That is a fun track with that nook, a lot of hard braking zones, passing zones. That's a fun track.
Yeah, it's a very exciting place to be. 42 laps to go. Again, still under the yellow flag here. As again, what is we have? 14, 15 cautions. Hell, I've lost count, Michael. We've had a lot of yellow flags, a lot of Serve Pro caution flags tonight.
Yeah, there seems to be a running theme on short tracks right now. It's guys not picking up the braking zones of the guys in front of them. You see Kynes there, a little bit too much rear brake in the truck, real loose in or trying to go too deep. It's just all take right now. There's not much we can do. We can't tell these guys to call the dogs off, but this is just going to negate anything with tires. And I'm probably assuming that's why they weren't given an extra set.
Serve Pro, restoring homes affected by fire, water, mold, or hurricanes like it had never even happened. Don't stress about the mess. Contact Serve Pro today at servepro.com, our official caution sponsor. And this is the SimRacerHub.com NASRA Truck Series. SimRacer Hub is the home for iRacing League scoring. Of course, you can check out the points, the stats, driver stats, series stats, information on each league and car, just like NASRA and more. Please check them out at SimRacerHub.com and make sure you have a record of all those race wins at SimRacer Hub as the field gets ready to send themselves back inside the Geico restart zone. By the way, I was being told now the Hot Lap podcast is on Wednesdays before the recruitment race for NASRA. So there we go for the DSR Electric Truck Series. Is right now Raw Meza just got a punt there from some trucks on the inside, holds it together, still stays straight, will stay green. Leaders work their way again out of turn 2, Michael.
Yeah, that's no way to treat our safe pro guy in the 37 right there, getting a punt early. But you see Blanchard has found something here. He's going in real deep on the bottom, looking for the slider. I think if he does it too long, Blake's going to drive away. But here you see he's starting to change his line now. See if he can keep up with Blake. Parsons worked his way right back up, looking for Dittmer back. Oh, we got trucks in the wall again, right behind us. Look like I've been clean cart involved. Yeah, look like
Clinkhart, White, the two involved. Yep. Ooh, ooh, is that Kerry Tribune? Hartwick, did he start another one?
Oh, he
Zach
might have.
Hartwick, oh, wow. And nowhere to go for Dittmer. Somehow he weasels by. Bullock in the grass on the bottom of the apron. Oh, wow.
Close racing and somebody moves an inch, and here we go. Just, oh goodness. I don't know what to say right there. Did Clinkhart move up? Did Zach come down? I'm going to find out here in on the other broadcast that I'm looking at for timing. We'll see who gets the EOL, who they think that caused this.
Yeah, here's another look at it again. I think we're going to try to show it one more time on replay.
Yeah,
oh boy.
Dittmer got quite a bit. We'll have to see if that slows him down. I mean, it's not an aero thing; it's a power thing here. As long as your engine's good, you can keep on rocking. So we'll see how that serves out. As we said, we'll thank Raul Mezzer for the Safe Pro. He is I think he has a franchise of that out in the Los Angeles area.
Serve Pro.
Yeah,
Serve
Pro. I said Safe Pro.
Yeah, Serve Pro.
Absolutely. Runs it on his truck every week, doing the good work for the folks out there. And I'm going to assume he's going to be very busy after the tropical storm rolled through there.
Yeah, tropical storm Hillary and a 5.1 earthquake also hit California yesterday. Our thoughts and prayers with all of our brethren and sisters that are a part of California, and if they're part of Nazareth, like Raul Meza, and you're in our thoughts and prayers continuously. Blake Lothian is up in front, and he is leading the way. And let's catch up with, I believe, Chris Blanchard. Blanchard's got a great run going for him for Highline Racing. He sits in the number 2 spot. Chris Blanchard, it's Wesley up in the booth, man. You got a copy?
I do, guys. What's going on?
It's go time, man. 35 to go, and you're right there in the Cratbird seat to try to get an upset win on Lothian. How's that truck number 9 been tonight?
She has been on a rail. I just need to get by him in one of these longer runs if we have it, and I think I have a chance for him.
Well, I'll tell you what I'm noticing, Chris. You found something on the bottom. You're able to really, get in deep and get off the corner well. I'm super impressed with that truck tonight, how you're able to get the power down on the bottom side.
I spent a lot of time practicing during practice and found something that made the truck handle right in the middle of the track. So it's been running awesome on a rail most of the night. So with these fresh tires from the second stage pit stop, I'm gonna go out and try to win this thing.
Well, we're getting ready to get 2x2. Real quickly, got to ask you a question, man, as we get ready for the restart with 32 to go at the green. What's your take of Highline Racing and how great you guys have done this year? You've really improved.
It's come along. They are a great team, and they're pushing me for success. So I enjoy having them in my ear.
All right, go get him, ladies and gentlemen. Another Highline Racing driver. That is Christopher Blanchard. The Blanchards towing and recovery number 9. The red 9, the Rojo 9, right there alongside Lothian's Wings Wheels 43 Toyota. It's Ford and Toyota on the front row. 32 to go, and the green flag goes back out. Michael McKinnon, here we go. Look at Blanchard, great jump on the restart. Can he hold it? Will he make it stick? He will. They're back off on the backstretch. Oh no, he's in the fence. Oh wow, Newton, Blanchard get together. Barnett piles in. Q gets turned. So is Doucette. Big wreck on the backstretch. My. Oh no.
I feel like we just put the kiss of death on him, man. I hate when that happens. You talk to the man, feeling good about it, and then clear, not clear type of situation. And kaboom, I mean, he got hit 10 times.
Yeah, he just got slung like a rag doll. Newton hooked the right rear. Watch this again, right there alongside. Parsons watching. right rear shot in the fence, Newton and Blanchard. And then everybody else trying to get by. And it didn't work out for a lot of trucks, boy. We got a lot of damage here. We might have just had the big one here on the back stretch, Michael. 30 to go.
Yeah, the parking lot. As I said, sorry, Chris, commentator's curse, I guess, buddy. Great run gone bad right there, but you'll see it here. Just a little slide up, or was called clear at some point. Thought he had him cleared, did not. And boom. And then here we go. Bam, bam, bam. Just over and over again. That's
Michael, I'm not taking credit for this. I'm not. I refuse to take credit for it. I don't think it was a commentator's curse. Adam Newton hooked the right rear. He hooked him firewall deep in the wall. Bottom line.
I agree with you. It just seems to happen over and over again. It just never stops happening. You talk about a guy having a great run and catastrophe hits. And now we're down to 30 to go. See Ron Hunter getting his lap back. We'll see if Parsons has got anything for Blake up here in the front soon. A few of the guys in the back, if you notice, I think they pitted. That might include Joey Doucette might have pitted, took some tires. A couple other guys. We'll see if they got damage right there, or if they're able to work their way right to the front.
Yeah, what's the lyrics to that country song? But it ain't my fault. Yeah, it ain't my fault. It ain't our fault either. It's a tough break there, man, for Blanchard though. And I'll be honest though, Michael. There you go. You got 1 and 2. Your stage 1, stage 2 winners right there in the catbird seat, ready to fight this out for the win. And Tyler Dittmer, by the way, he looked really strong. His strategy right there in 3rd.
Yeah, and he's going to be able to start on the top. So, no, he'll be on the bottom. I'm sorry. We'll have to see if he can make one quick dig to try to get to that top line, see if he can get a run on either one of these guys early in the run. But Blake has just been shot out of a cannon on these restarts, so it's going to be hard to get up to him, but he may be able to put a little slider on Hunter and put a little pressure on.
Lothian is the leader. Parsons is in 2nd. I wish we could get Blake Lothian up in the booth. I know if he wins, we'll talk to him. I know he always handles post-race obligations, but he's not in the chat in our communication for NASRA anywhere right now. So obviously focused right now at hand on the race. And I do know, Michael, that he actually is broadcast. I think it's his Twitch. He has a Twitch channel that he actually is live. I seen a Facebook post this afternoon saying he was promoting the race here at IRP. So that's probably what he's doing too, live and commentating as well. So.
Yeah, I know he's one of those guys. He either likes it quiet or he's doing his own thing. He's like Jody said, he twitches, Broadfoot. There's a few guys in here that do that, trying to build a fan base, and you can't blame them. We'll see if he gets off on a restart like he has been, just shot out of a cannon every time.
All right, let's try this again. Creeping, crawling back to the firebox. In the Geico restart zone, wraps up another Serve Pro caution. 26 to go here at IRP. And look at the jump by Lothian again. Parsons will follow. Michael, look at Kerry Tribune. He's now in this mix. Look at the number 7 truck. Tyler Dittmer and Kentwell right there in the top 5 out of 4.
Oh, we got another one.
Another caution.
Yeah, this looks like green-white checkers all day. That's clean card around.
Card by the lead. Was that Joey Deuce? Oh, wow, he just lost it on his own. Yeah, it looked like, Michael, that Jacob Clinkhart, that St. Jude Children's Research Hospital entry number 1, he had to get on the binders to keep from hitting the tailgate of the 21 of Miller and causing him to spin. And in doing so, it's tied in loose off the corner, and that's the wrong placement to try to lock up the brakes. So that's exactly what he did, and the truck came around.
Yeah, he tried to go in a little deeper than Lance there, and then probably a little wheel hop, and around he goes. It's unfortunate, but I've said it again and again. This bottom line is treacherous when you've got somebody beside you, because you're trying to hold it down, not drift into them, not hit the guy in front. Just one tiny mistake and around you go.
Oh man,
lots and lots of them.
I don't want to try to jinx anything. Oh boy. I know that. I'll just tell you this: Chris Blanchard is in race control, and it sounds like he is given an earful in regards to Adam Newton.
Yeah, but I'm gonna be honest there. I mean,
Man.
Newton was there all the way through
Yeah.
the corner. I think just maybe a slight misjudgment, or as I said, you never know.
Kerry Tribune doing a great job tonight here at Indianapolis. You're climbing into the top 3. What's your take of this race with under 25 to go here at Indy, buddy?
Chaos. Don't know. Just trying to survive everything.
I'll tell you what, you climbed through the field and you're making that number 7 truck stay out of trouble for sure, man. What was it like climbing through the pack to put yourself in the podium spots right now?
Just managing my tires, trying to make the bottom work, seeing if I can make a pass, and then once I make a pass, try to keep my pace up.
Yeah, Kerry, this is Mike. That's one thing I've seen from everybody watching through the field. That you almost just got to throw the slider in there, right? Hope it sticks a little bit and you can get a run off. If not, that's what we're seeing. A lot of these wrecks are caused by people thinking they're cleared and they're not, or a self spin, a little too hard on the bottom. It's just been super hard to put the power down, you know?
Yeah, you're definitely spinning off that right rear, trying to get back to the gas. It's just all about managing it and seeing what you can do. Because there's no way to passing on the outside. If somebody's on the out to the top, you're done.
Yeah, that's what it seems to be. All right, babe, we'll let you get lined back up. Good luck here. See if you can hold off Tyler and get yourself up in that podium spots.
Thank you, guys.
By the way, most positions gained tied with no 15 correction is Kerry Tribune as well. Doing a really good job again. Kerry Tribune as they'll settle in for the restart. The driver with Brute Force Motorsports, and he'll get ready to join his team and try to make a run with 20 laps to go when they come back to the co-restart zone. Tyler Dittmer flanked to his outside. Blake Lothian is the leader. He's on the outside. Now remember, Michael, Hunter Parsons one time leading made the bottom work on a restart. We'll see if he does it again. Dittmer just gave a punt to Lothian and gave him the assist to power away from Parsons. Here comes Tribune down to the inside of Dittmer. This all goes on as they work turn 2. 20 to go here at Indy.
Yeah, that was a perfect explanation. He got punted to get going, and it actually seems to maybe help him. We got another caution coming out right now. Another parking lot in the back.
Yeah, another parking lot. Looks like Ron Hunter. Oh my goodness, guys. Is that White in the 2? Brady LaBeouf in the 24. He sent it in there, and around goes Miller. He's up in the fence. Then LaBeouf got tagged by Broadfoot. Broadfoot was able to continue along. Then Hartwick got collected again. Ron Hunter, some other trucks. We just had another big one down in turn number 3. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that might be Joey said, taking it a little deep, just a little love tap, and bam.
Yeah.
Hardwick, Knott, Newton, Barnett, Chew, Hunter, all of them getting a piece.
Did I? Yeah. I think I said Brady LaBeouf in my apologies. That was Joey Doucette. In my defense, though, Michael, from far away, that looks just like that looks like the wrap job on the 24 truck.
Oh,
it really does.
100%. Now, I wasn't for sure either until we got the closer up view there. Well,
that's why we
Wesley,
got an awesome guy like Stephen McMillian, as he used to always tell me back in the day with World of Thunder. Let's go back to live pictures, and you see the field right now, single file. Boy, what are you contemplating, Michael? What do you got to do to go here? It looked like Dittmer and Lothian were working together to try to get around Parsons, because he gave him a punt, and that sent his truck going quickly to the front on the restart. That little assist to give him that shove.
Yeah, it seemed to help him, but right before the caution, Hunter had reeled him in pretty quick. What do you got to do to go here? Everybody knows they got to get to the top, so they're working their butts off to get up there. But I don't know what you do to get going, to be honest. It's getting a little hairy for everybody.
Yeah, it's Certainly has, no doubt. And boy, oh boy.
Hard to get in a rhythm, huh?
Can we get to the finish? That's the question.
Oh, it'll come, Leslie.
We're under 20 laps to go, 16, 15 remaining, and here's Ron Hunter exiting off the pit lane. All this going on now is, again, Michael, we mentioned this, though, but listen, you gotta, desperation time. If you're on the outside looking in, you are going to do any and everything to put yourself in contention to try to be there at the end. The playoffs are on the horizon. We know this.
Oh, that's absolutely. We know Hunter wants a win. And what would this do for a guy like Cantwell back there? We see Robbie Richards. I mean, he's been caught up in every accident on the track tonight. He's running 7th right now. So these guys having great runs. This would be just a game changer for somebody like Cantwell or Bolick or one of these guys. They could slide way up in the standings right here if some catastrophe hits these leaders.
Yeah, we'll see how all of this shakes out. Now, again, as we mentioned, boy, we're not done yet. That's all I'm going to tell you.
No, that's a fact.
So, wow. I don't even think I think we're still going to go into overtime, Michael. I mean,
yeah, I think they got 3 chances at that, too.
3 attempts at overtime if need be. And we're back to green here. With, I believe it's 14 laps to go. Look at Lothian. Good jump on the restart over Parsons. Check Eric Tribute right there with him. Here comes down Dittmer. It just seems like, Michael, that Dittmer is just not able to be as aggressively up to the front of the pack like we saw in the first 2 stages. I think he might have used up his tires.
Yeah, something's changed a little bit because it looked like he got the rear end of the wall there coming off, under power. And the same as we keep seeing with a lot of these guys. You see Broadfoot trying to put a move on Meza. You see several guys moving for points back there. You see how loose Brad Broadfoot is right there. He's just all over the track under power.
Yeah, hold on there. Let's try to get to the finish right now.
Nope.
And oh wow, we can't. Another caution. Another caution will come out.
Look like Brian Chu, Barnett.
Oh, so much for that idea.
Yeah. Folks, we just don't have any good stories to tell you.
And I'm not interviewing no more drivers, Michael, because every time we do, they end up crashing. I'm not doing it anymore.
Yeah, but you didn't blame us. I get it. But yeah, you're right. Every time, something stops in the action and we try to spotlight someone, something happens.
Yep. I don't know if that was Blanchard saying, damn it all, don't have the booth interview me anymore. But I'm.
Oh, I literally felt bad.
Because he quickly went up to race control. Oh, man, I was like, oh, this sucks.
Yeah, I felt terrible for him. That's one time I thought we did.
And
put the kibosh on him.
Oh, yeah. No, I've done my share of announcing, and I have done my share of announcer jinxes in reality and virtual, okay, for many, many years. And hey, man, you got a good run going for you? Oh, crap, they're crashing.
Yeah, well, the biggest one in real life, right?
Man.
The biggest one in real life. I'm sure it's happened to you. The 95% free throw shooter steps up to ice the game and clank, right? And boy ain't missed one in 12 times and clank.
Oh yeah, that's when you're in radio basketball mode and you're hey man, he's such and such at the free throw line and he's 9 for 9 and then all of a sudden he throws it up and bam. It's like
it's every time.
All right, well I'm just trying to do my job. I'm just trying to give out the stats. So Michael, it's good working with you again tonight, man. I enjoy working with William Tiller. I do. I know he's on vacation, but we've known each other for about 4 years now, man. It's always good to be able to share the booth with you, sir.
Oh yeah, I love it. I should probably do more of it and just give up the wheel, but it's always fun. Try to put a little fun into it. This one's taking a little longer than we anticipated, but it kind of turned into Martinsville, which we was hoping not.
It has.
It's a much wider track.
It has.
One lane. we'll be visiting this place
Yeah,
on
we're gonna
Friday
try
nights
to-
as well.
Oh, y'all are racing here on Friday?
Well, not this coming, but it's, you know, it's not too far down the road. We will be visiting this track. We're going to be in Kansas this Friday night.
Sometime in the schedule. Gotcha. Sometime
Yep.
in the schedule. You're not in Kansas anymore. That's for darn sure.
No, that's one place we shouldn't have
Oh, wow.
too much calamity, but I said that about Vegas last week here, and we had calamity. So see if these boys can get her straightened out.
Yeah, I
for
said,
about 6 laps.
I said it's Michael's fault, man. Michael said you were going to have a good night, and they tore everything up from the floor up.
Yeah, I turned 4 last
Nice
week.
way of saying
Oh.
it. Treacherous. Treacherous.
Yeah, it was something.
And we'll try to...
But once again, everybody,
Yep.
we want to thank Stephen McMillan so much. He got pressed into action.
Oh, yeah.
We know it doesn't look exactly like you're used to, but I think you're getting the gist of it. Great camera views, great action. We appreciate him so much. He's not going to say hi or nothing on here, but we appreciate it.
I'll be honest with you. I actually enjoy the scoring ticker that he has. I like that ticker.
Oh,
I don't know if that's his or if that's a new one we've been working on, but I like it.
I don't know, but I love the pylon. I always have. It just helps.
Yeah. And Steve did say it's mine. He said it's mine. So there you go. He says it's his.
I dig it. All right, can we get her done? 7 laps to go. Parsons, Lothian, Treybu, and Dittmer.
All right. Let's try it. 6 laps remaining. Remember, overtime if necessary in the balance. We're back underway. Green flag. Lothian, another great restart away from Parsons. Look at now in tow. Kerry Tribune, he's in 3rd. Oh, Hunter Parsons in the fence. Oh, Tribune gave him a little shot to get him back going right again. Dittmer on the inside. It's now Stires is in the wall. They hold it together into 1. 5 to go.
Yeah, Hunter sent it as hard as he could there. I don't think he got the front brake he needed, of course, because off the wall he went. Great work to keep it together there.
What a save. Hold on there, guys. Lothian in front. Watching all this chaos going on behind them. 4 to go now at the line. Can we get to the finish? Right now, it's been a wild caution-filled race, but on the home stretch, Blake Lothian, Stage 1 winner, now leading Stage 3. The payout window opening. They come to the line, Michael McKinnon. 3 to go here at Indianapolis.
Yeah, Blake's going to be very hard to catch. He's got this top line rolling. Hunter might have lost his opportunity. There was a little bit of that wheel slide, but we'll see what he's got here at the end, see if he can really manage. Blake gets a big run coming off the corner.
Hold on to it. Hold on right now. They work their way into turn 3 out of 4. Coming to the line, it's 2 to go. Lothian still in the lead. Everybody's still minding their P's and Q's. Lothian is gone on the backstretch, Michael.
Yeah, he's stretching it. Get huge runs off the corner. Parsons doing everything he can. Huge battles behind this. Let's get it to the white flag and see if he can bring it home for the victory.
They just got across the line and take the white flag. There it is. 1 more lap to go. No overtime. Final time at Indy here at Lucas Oil Raceway. Blake Lothian, final time on the back straightaway. Michael looking for the checkered flag at Indy.
Yep. Pole setter, fastest truck all night, able to get to the clean air. Going to bring it off a 4 for at least his 2nd victory of the year. Maybe his 3rd, but I believe his 2nd victory of the year.
Checkered flag will fly, and it is Blake Lothian winning here tonight at Indianapolis Raceway Park. A wild one at Lucas Oil Raceway. When it's all said and done, a 7-lap finish to the checkered green flag, and Lothian gets the win. Hunter Parsons will finish 2nd. Kerry Tribune 3rd. Here is a look at the results of the end of tonight's SimRacerHub.com. Of course, I'm sorry, the 213 Sim Racer. My bad. Where's my notes at? My bad. Hang on. I was looking at the schedule
213
for tonight's race. The race details for the 213simware.com 165. Thank you, Michael. Lothian wins. Hunter Parsons 2nd. Kerry Tribute 3rd. Tyler Dittmer's 4th. Joey Stiers, remember Joey, the problems, all the issues he had, Michael. He gets back in the top 5. Jose Luis Rivera will come back for him. Robert Richards, Adam Cantwell, Brady LaBeouf, problems to finish in the top 10, along with Brandon Bullock.
Yep, and then right behind Brandon in 11th to see Raul Meza. Lance Miller brings it home 12th with all the troubles he's caught in. Adam Newton saw him running up front early. He's 13th. Joey Doucette the same, caught in some troubles, ends up 14th. Brandon Broadfoot brings it home 15th. Zach Hartwick, with all his issues, brings it home 16th. Klinkart brings home 17th. Justin White will finish 18th. Jeffrey Johnson Jr., we saw him go a lap down earlier, able to get it back, finish 19th. And Ed Osborne will round out the top 20.
Yeah, 21st we'll find the driver Cody Knott. Brian Chu is 22nd, followed by Steve Barnett. Then it's going to be Tyler Daniels, Ron Hunter, your top 25. Then it's Chris Blanchard, Chris Kine, Sean Hamilton, Derek Kilgore. 29 trucks when the race finished here tonight at Indianapolis. Blake Lothian is the winner. Coming up, we have our post-race wrap-up show. Thanks again, as always, to 213simware.com for sponsoring the race. Thank you also to, of course, Sim Racer Hub, Serve Pro for a plethora of yellow flags. I thought we were going to set up for 3 overtime attempts. It seemed like that, Michael, but just not the case as it went down to the end. Blake Lothian, strong truck in the Winged Wheels, number 43 from Wellesley, Mass. wins. We will step away and we will grab the podium winners when we return from a Lucas Oil Raceway of Indianapolis. This is coverage of the NASRA Sim Racer Hub Truck Series on the NASRA Sim Racing Network. We need Blake Lothian. Is Blake Lothian here?
I'm looking. Are we muted?
We got him. Let's bring us back, Michael. Stephen. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to coverage of the NASRA 360 Racing Network. Sorry, kind of called a little convo there at the end as we were communicating with some of our off-record information. Blake Lothian is the man that picks up the win here tonight in Indianapolis. We will grab a word with him in just a moment, but first, we'll get our third place finisher, Kerry Tribune. I know we spoke vaguely with him. And again, he will settle for third spot in the race. Kerry Tribune, third place, man. I know it's got to be happy to have a good podium finish here.
Yeah, I'm glad to be able to stay in front and get that third place, be able to talk to you guys tonight.
Probably not the way you wanted this to play out. A lot of all these cautions kind of negated the tire wear, Kerry, but you know, it's all about track position, right? Once you get it, you just got to hold on to it. That's about what this turned out to be, isn't it?
Pretty much. You just had to be there and kind of avoid everything. I mean, there was 3 or 4 wrecks. I had to slow down. Luckily enough, nobody ran through me at the end. But yeah, track's position was everything, as you can see there. I could barely hold on the bottom at the end of those restarts right there, and was lucky enough to slide up in front of Tyler. But other than that, it was just hold on to what you had.
Kerry, a lot of patience. Finally, they're settled at the end. Did you really think they'd go and we could get this race finished off without having to go to overtime? It was a lot of chaos tonight, no doubt.
Yeah, I would say about the last 5 restarts were pretty tiresome on that last stage, but I mean, it is what it is. It's short track racing, and got a lot of aggressive guys out here trying to get everything they can get. So, I mean, yeah, I was getting pretty tiresome, but those were the only opportunities you really had to make some passes.
Well, I know one
Well, I'll
thing.
tell you what, it's
Go,
go. I'm
Wesley.
sorry,
No,
Michael. Go
no, go,
ahead, man.
Wesley.
I didn't mean to
That's my
cut you off. Go ahead.
that. I know one thing.
Well, I was just going to say, obviously. Okay, go ahead. I thought you were stopping. Go ahead.
I did. Your turn.
I was just going to say that obviously, Kerry, you would expect crazy racing like this magnitude, especially with 2 races left to the run to the playoffs and people trying to get in.
Oh yeah, everybody's going for broke right now. You could totally tell the uh just everything, the vibe, everybody is not giving any inch anymore, and I can guarantee next week's going to be the same, and probably into Daytona is going to be really wild.
Well,
Okay, Michael, go ahead, bud.
yeah, I was just gonna say congratulations. That's it, and it's your time, man. Tell us who makes it all happen for you, Carrie, and before we catch up with Hunter.
I would like to thank my wife. She lets me come out here and practice. I was very terrible at this track and was just sliding out every other lap. So I did a lot of practice, and she was kind enough to let me do a lot more than I usually do. And everybody at the shop, A&G Compressor Parts, and my family back in Washington, and all you guys out there, Brady, um, everybody that makes this production happen, and you, Michael, Will, and Wesley, man, you guys are all pretty cool. Thank you guys for what you guys do.
Thank you, buddy. We appreciate it, ladies and gentlemen. That's Kerry Tribune. He will finish in the number 3 position. Now let's go and grab the runner-up of the race from Green Bay, Wisconsin. We'll grab Hunter Parsons, Stage 2 winner presented by Glass Mechanic. And Hunter, you got to settle for second, but man, that's got to be a good run for you here to survive what was a crazy night in Indianapolis, no doubt.
Yeah, that was definitely hectic. The name of the game was track position. After pitting after that stage win, back in 14th, it was a little hectic. Avoided a big one there and was able to restart back up in like 4th or 6th, and was able to just kind of bring it home safely there. But Blake ran a hell of a race, and if we would have had a longer run, and I was talking with him about it, I feel like there would have been a chance at him, but when we got those 3-4 lap runs, it was just hard to beat the restarts.
Yeah, we saw you on the last restart there, Hunter. Really drive it in deep, got a little wheel slide there, kind of ended your chance to take a run at him. But overall, your impressions of the track. I mean, you said earlier you had a little something different. Didn't seem to bother your truck at all tonight, and I feel the same. I think with a long run, you'd have had a shot at it there, but it did just come down to track position, right?
Yeah, definitely track position. You notice kind of in the pack, you had to run up in that high line. But in stage 2 there, when I was ultimately able to pull away, I could do a big diamond cutting, which was a big advantage. You can't really do that in traffic, which is what I'm sure was happening in the back a lot. So track position was almost 110% part of the race tonight.
Well, I got to ask this same question. I guess I'll have to ask it because I asked it to Kerry Tribune, man. What's your thoughts moving into these final couple of weeks before the playoffs? It seems like it is crunch time and everybody has no friends right now.
Yeah, a lot of those guys battling in that 15th to 20th, 24th range. They got a lot riding on these next 2 races, I believe, Motorsports and Daytona. So I see it being hectic. Luckily, next week there's no cautions with the road courses, so or until the end of stage 2. So I think you're going to see a lot of craziness, especially at Daytona. A lot of people trying to get stage points, get the playoff points, all that fun stuff, and try and get locked in with a win. So um, luckily, I am sitting 4th right now in the points. I don't really have anything to lose, so most sports next week is going to be a little tougher for me, being a road course. But Daytona, I'm just going to go out and have fun, try and get a win, and I'm gonna try and stay up front as much as I can in that one.
All right, buddy. Before we catch up with Blake here, it's your time. Tell us who makes it happen, and the floor is yours, my man.
Yeah, first off, Nazareth and you guys in the broadcast booth, I know what it takes to put it on, and this was a grueling one to watch and to broadcast, that's for sure. Um, Everyone at Highline Racing, uh, Jason Morales, Dittmer, Blanchard, Barnett, and myself, R1, Hobbytown, Toyota, JGR, and just everyone else that helps put on this league. It's been so far to this point.
Right, it's going to be very, very fun and interesting to watch these last couple of races, and no doubt, thank you for being along for the ride. Hunter Parsons, again, former guy in the booth. He knows what we're talking about, and he had a crazy race, no doubt. He'll settle for the number 2 position. All right, let's go to Victory Lane and grab a man with a win. I think it's his second or third win this year in the NASCAR Sim Racer Hub Truck Series. He normally doesn't compete full time, but when he does, watch out. Swim in Victory Lane again. Blake Lothian, congratulations.
Thank you. And not just that, Wings and Wheels, their first race here on the Monday night series, and I got them Victory Lane. So couldn't be more happy tonight.
I got to ask you before we go to the end of the race. Obviously, we wanted to try to grab an interview with you. Were you refusing to talk with us until officially the race was over, and you warned so you would not get the announcer jinx?
That I should have thought about that, but I was streaming all race, so I was just trying to minimize the amount of people that could say something. So that's all it was. But that's smart, man. The announcer jinx, that is real.
See, Michael, I told you he was streaming on Twitch, but yes, he didn't want to talk to us until he was in Victory Lane. I don't blame him.
Well, I can't blame him. We talked to Blanchard, and he got turned the next corner, so I feel terrible for Chris right there. But Blake, tremendous on the restarts tonight. Were you mixing it up in the zone there a little bit? Just you were really able to put the power down and get going.
Oh yeah. So every now and again I go really early, like right at the cone on the wall, and then sometimes I'd wait all the way to the end. And typically when you wait all the way to the end, you wait for them to try to time it, and then right when they try to time it and they start having to back off, you get on the throttle, and then that makes an even better restart. And another pro to that is that typically the field is now more stacked up, so you have more of a chance to pull away. So you gotta always mix it up, or else they get too comfortable and can time it too well.
Yeah, I mean,
Blake, what's it mean to just come in here and shake things up when there ain't no? I don't think you're in the playoffs, right? So you're just coming here and running for the fun of it, but you're definitely shake, rattle, and rolling the playoff pitcher.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Oh my goodness, I feel bad now. I don't mean to get in the way of the playoffs by no stretch of the imagination, but I'm out here for wins, obviously. So having races that are this fun to race, I mean, my goodness, middle stage 2, side by side, off of every corner. I mean, I was telling my stream, like, this is the most fun I have ever had on iRacing in this one race.
Well, I'm glad you found some gold in the middle of it there, because that run we did have in the middle was fantastic racing.
Oh,
but
my goodness.
As for the rest, I mean, like I said, the restarts matter, the track position, you played it great, brought home the win, and it's your time to shine, buddy. Tell us who makes it happen, the new sponsor and all that. Floor is yours.
Of course. Thank you, Michael. First off, thank you for the broadcast, and you, Michael, Wesley, and Steven for doing all the behind the scenes work. I appreciate all of you guys. Always listen back to the broadcast and even have them up live most of the races. Second off, I always have to thank all the sponsors. Wings and Wheels for being on the truck. I'm brand new with them and their program, and I'm more than excited to be part of them this year. And whatever you donate to them helps me race and helps me get out there on track more. So if you can make a donation in my name to them, that'd be greatly appreciated. Rootley, the Texas Law Book, Ray for spotting for me tonight. That was amazing. That's the second iRacing race he spotted in his first win. So I think we found something pretty good up there. Jeff Sickles for giving me the opportunity, and obviously Sick with the Motorsports for giving me the chance. So, and then obviously the Twitch stream for all those people that ended up tuning in, and hopefully they enjoyed that.
Well, Bud, are we going to see you run any more races before the playoffs start? Going to be at Canadian Tire next week? Or I know Daytona is a special one you always want to try to do well and win at.
Oh, of course. I might have a special friend joining me in at Canadian Tire. That's his home track, and trying to drag him along to come run. And he does lots of data gatherings, so we're going to be quite fast for Canadian Tire. So just a heads up for the rest of the field. But I want to race every single race I possibly can. I love having fun up here. I love racing, and this is the place to race.
All right, buddy. Thank you very much, man. Real quickly, before I do let you go, tell us a little bit about your sponsor, Wings, Wheels, and some other sponsors that help you out along the way all the time.
Of course, Wings and Wheels. It's a foundation that they help underfunded drivers get more starts, get their name out there, and they've been nothing but kind to me this past 2 weeks when I've gotten to know them. greatest people I've ever met. Invited me up to the Turn 2 suite up at Indy. Got to watch the whole Indy weekend up there with Indy cars. Got to have paddock access and got to network a good bit. So really, really grateful to them, and they're practically like family to me already. Rootly, thank you to them. Obviously, they've done so much for me in the past year. Texas Law have been definitely one of my most stable sponsors for ever since I started racing. So extremely grateful to them, and then Mark, thank you again always for sticking with me through all this, through every single season I've been racing.
All right. Well, there you go. Blake Lothian, another win here tonight. He'll take the 213 Simware 165 here tonight at Lucas Oil Speedway. Well,
Woo!
Michael, I got to prepare for another iRacing obligation. And Michael McKinnon, your final thoughts. It's always fun working with you, man. Your final take of Indianapolis. And again, Blake Lothian getting the win. 2 races left till we lock in our 20 for the playoffs and a run for Season 2 championship.
Yeah, final thought is a lot of chaos, but kind of who you would expect toward the front. They all made their way through and put on a pretty good show there mid-pack till we got a little bit of the chaos going. But overall, not too bad. We move on to the next one. We'll see you guys next week with Canadian Tire.
Should be a good one. William Tiller, again, normally joined us. He's on vacation. Michael McKinnon, always fun working with him. Don't forget, coming up for the rest of the week, Wednesday night, the podcast for the NASRA Series. Then we've also got the DSR Electric Recruitment Race Truck Series. Also Thursday, qualifying for the King of Daytona special events for NASRA. I'll be in the booth with Brady LaBeouf on Thursday night. Cops will be in action. The Cops NASRA Truck Series on Friday night too, as they're heading towards their run in the playoffs as well. Check it out as always at NASRA Racing on Facebook, X, formerly known as Twitter, and Instagram, and of course the NASRA 360 Racing Network. Hit that like, subscribe, and follow on all of our social media platforms. Thanks to, again, World of Thunder, Stephen McMillian in the producer-director chair tonight, filling in for Adam Flieger. Obviously, everybody at NASRA includes Brady LaBeouf and Cody Knott. For Michael McKinnon, this is Wesley Outland. Congratulations, Blake Lothian, winner tonight at Lucas Oil Raceway of Indianapolis. We'll see you next week with 2 races left of the playoffs in Canada at Canadian Tire. Good night, everybody.